In this lesson, we're going to learn about angle bisectors. So first of all, if you remember the definition of an angle bisector is a ray that cuts an angle into two equal parts. So the short way of saying that, and what you can use when you're talking about doing problems and you need to explain, would just be to write something like this. An angle bisector implies two congruent angles. So it cuts an angle into two equal parts. So if you look at this picture on the left, if we have BD, ray BD is the angle bisector, it means that this big angle ABC is getting cut into two equal parts, meaning angles 1 and 2 are congruent. So if we look at this example down here, it tells us that we have ray FH bisects angle EFG, and it gives us some measurements, and it says to draw a picture. So the first thing we need to do is go ahead and draw a picture of angle EFG, and then we're going to have this ray that's bisecting it. So let's start with drawing our angle. So EFG, so any angle, it doesn't really matter how you draw it. It doesn't have to be drawn to scale because you don't know what the measurements are going to be. So you can't really draw it to scale unless you know what the measurements are. So in this case, just go ahead and draw any angle. E, vertex is F, and then G. And then it says that we have ray FH, so that means this you kind of want to make it look like ray FH is going through the middle because it is a bisector. So if it's bisecting, it means you're having two congruent parts. And then I'm going to go ahead and put, so F, and then this is going to be H because it says ray FH. So then from here, I can go ahead and label the different things that they give me. So EFH, so EFH is going to be 5x plus 4. And HFG, so HFG is 2x plus 37. So there's my setup. Since it says that I have a bisector, right there it's telling me, so since I have an angle bisector, that means you get two congruent angles. So an angle bisector implies two congruent angles. So from here, we are going to use that. So if I look at my picture, if this is an angle bisector, it means these two parts have to be congruent. I have two congruent angles. So if I'm trying to find x, I need to set up an equation. My setup's going to be set them equal to each other. So since it's a bisector, it means the two parts are equal. So I set them equal, and now I just solve for x. So I can bring the 2x over, bring the 4 over to the other side. So cross those off, so I get 3x equals 33. Divide by 3 on both sides, so I get x equals 11. And that's it. I don't have to go any further because it just says to find x.